This video will teach you everything that you need to know about interest rates as business students. Now, an interest rate, it has a dual purpose. Interest rates, they are the cost of borrowing and they are the reward for saving. So first of all, looking at the cost of borrowing. Let's say, for example, the business goes to the bank and asks them for a £10 million loan. Now, of course, the bank want a bit of money, so they say we're going to charge that at a 6% interest rate. So what that means, we have to take 6% off that £10 million, which is equal to £600,000, and that identifies how much the business owes on top of the amount that they borrowed. So they've borrowed £10 million at 6% interest rate, and they then need to pay back the bank £10,600,000. Now, when we see a rise in interest rates, that means the cost of borrowing begins to increase, which then reduces the amount of money that people tend to borrow. And if the amount of money that people tend to borrow reduces, so does the level of spending. Now, the second element is the reward for saving. So let's say I go to the bank and I say, I want to save this £100,000. I really wish I did have that amount of money. And the bank tell me, right, that's 6% per year that we're going to add on top of your saving. That means after my first year, I'm going to have £106,000 in my savings account. Now, let's say, for example, if the interest rates begin to go down, well, that means the reward for saving also goes down, so people tend to save less. But of course, our interest rate has a dual purpose, which is the cost of borrowing. So if the cost of borrowing begins to go down, that means it's cheaper to borrow money. And if it's cheaper to borrow money, more people and more businesses tend to borrow more money, therefore increasing the amount of money that is spent in the economy.